So after cutting down 20 trees worth of paperwork, it is official. So we are standing in front of the Grand Design Influence, and that is going to be our temporary fifth wheel. So what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it'll be nice. Hopefully it'll be ready by Friday. We can check out of the hotel and get back to life.
Back to RV life.
Get back to RV life.
A great experience again today here at Blue Compass, and we kind of wanted to share, you know, us going through this process with them. And we were talking to Russ in service, and we figure we've been doing business with these guys for at least 5 years, you know, minimum. A lot of mainly service work, so this is our first time
actually purchasing
something from them. And so Craig, the general manager here, has been super great. Bliss, we're working with Bliss. She's a salesperson here. She's been great. So everything so far, you know, has been moving along. And in this, you know, our scenario is kind of an interesting scenario due to the one behind us here being kind of like an interim fifth wheel that we'll be in for a couple months. And then we're trading it back in and then getting the final one. So stay with us on this journey. It's good because we want to talk about the Influence. It's our first experience with the Grand Design. If you're a Grand Design owner, we'd love to hear from you and see what you think.
Yeah, and if you have an Influence, tell us what you like about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can tell us what you don't like about it.
Yeah, so we plan on making a video and doing a complete walkthrough once we get it back, and of course then we got to move into it. So we're looking forward to all this change, but we're looking forward to being fifth wheelers again. We really are. It maybe sounds kind of strange because I'm sure maybe there's probably a lot of Class A people who are like, we're hardcore Class A, but we're actually looking forward to getting back into fifth wheel.
The breakaway cable up here on front. And there we do have a Marine 27 series Marine battery hooked up to it. Now you do have an inverter in here, but if you're familiar with those, you know that they eat up battery power like crazy. So to really get usefulness out of there, you have to put a bigger battery bank.
So we have one
battery, one 27. The box is for two 24s. We found that they like the 27s a little better, so we just put the single 27 in for right now. You do have your solar disconnect. Your battery disconnect is on that black box over the battery box. And then your inverter is mounted right up in the ceiling right there.
Oh, there it is right there. Okay.
Yeah. And they do, there's different wiring options that you can have. They just put extra cables on there, so those aren't anything that needs to be connected unless you add different accessories.
So we're not going to see any fireworks going down?
No, those are just bundled up there, so you have them if you ever change anything up.
Everybody, by the way, this is Ken with Blue Compass, and he's the one that's going through the fifth wheel with us today. Awesome.
So this type of leg, it is electric, and you do have the drop down pegs here, so when it's up on the truck you can drop those down and get them a little closer to the ground so you aren't fully stroking out the jack itself. I do recommend with this style to drop it down about 6 inches before you let the pegs down. The reason for that is if for some reason you have a different vehicle pick it up, or if this settles into the ground a little bit, then you can't go up or down to match it. So it's always good to have some down so you can lower this thing if you have to as well.
All right, so 6 inches.
Yeah, about 6 inches.
All right.
And then your level of control is LCI, so it's pretty much the standard of all of what you're used to seeing. You do have the auto level button, so it's already auto level now. If you want to retract anything individually right now, you can just hit the retract button, light up, and then hit any of these and lower it down. And these do have a good function here, so if you press down once, you go into the auto hitch, you just hit enter and it'll raise up all of your back jacks, and then it'll put the front jacks at an approximate of what it remembers you taking it off of your truck, so you'll be in the neighborhood while you're backing up, that you aren't completely guessing as far as where it needs to be. If you scroll down again, you can just hit auto retract. That'll retract everything, including the front, so make sure you're aware that you're going to do that for the full auto retract. And then you can just hit one more time and it takes you to manual, so you can do whatever you need to do just with these buttons here. If you want to just change tires or stuff like that, you can manually control.
And so all that is, you got to press enter to get in initially to those.
No, you
ones?
just press your button up and down and then enter to select whichever one you want.
Okay.
But most of it's just going to be auto hitch and auto level.
Alrighty.
And then of course you just have the power button to turn it on and off.
Perfect.
And you do have two 30-pound propane tanks, one on this side, one on the other side. They are selectable by this lever on here. So whichever one this lever is pointing at is which one it's drawing off of. So pointing this way, it's going to be this side. Pointing the other way, if you switch it over, then it draws on the other.
Okay. Perfect. You guarantee that's never going to run out? Okay.
No, I absolutely guarantee it will run out.
Yeah.
So you familiar with these steps?
Yes, I don't think they've changed much since, unless there's something.
Now, this has got the little release on the bottom side that you let you extend your legs out on either side, and then it just pulls up.
So no pin, that's nice.
Yeah, no pin.
No pin anymore.
And this is a spring mounted, so you don't even have a catch inside. It holds itself. And it'll help you get up there too.
Okay.
Pull down a little bit. You want to step in? We'll go through the
All right.
Go one way, starts at cold. The further you turn it, it goes to hot. So this is good for veggie washing or with the pan in there, or rinsing off if you want to. If you turn it the other way, then it comes out of the sink head obviously and starts at cold, and the further you take it, it goes to hot. Wow. And this is pull down, switchable spray, all kinds of different power settings on there. And then this is hot water, so you can actually clean stuff with it. It's not just a cold water rinse.
Oh, good.
And then in this drawer, you have a cutting board that slides across here too.
Okay.
It's fancy.
That's fancy.
Yeah.
This comes out of here, so you don't have to go under the sink anymore. You fill it from the top.
Oh, great.
Awesome.
They did that wrong for a long time. They had these really deep sinks that you couldn't get behind.
Yeah, right.
Exactly efficient.
Well, I love the Dawn spray, so that'll probably hand soap.
So you do have a powered remote for your fan here. You have your TV remote and your fireplace remote. This is that tower link system if you wanted to put those on. And these are the legs for your TV in here. If you ever wanted to change TVs out, then you can put the legs on it and use it as
So how does this work again, Ken?
You just put those little
The caps on?
valve caps on there, and then you just take this inside your truck, and it's got the directions
Okay.
in there to link them all up.
So we'll
So is that
definitely
like
use that.
TPMS?
Yep.
Oh, awesome.
All right, on the oven,
Yes.
just push in, and it's got the auto igniter on there, and this is for the oven down here. So it does have the bar down there. If you look far enough, you can see when the
Oh yeah, you can see the pilot.
So when you get it lit, you just spin it over and lights up. These up here are all auto igniter too. And they do have the thermocoupler, so if you hit them when they don't light them, it shuts the gas off to them. And then you got
Some lights there.
right there, and then the oven light over here.
Perfect.
Yeah, so this is actually a fairly decent size. If you take the inner racks out, you can get a decent size.
Yeah, that's true.
item in there.
Maybe some turkey, little chicken.
Oh, at least a chicken.
At least a chicken.
And that's just a storage drawer underneath?
I think that's
Not
just
a
a
warming
cover.
drawer?
Yeah, all that is a drawer. I've done too many of these. They're all blending together. Under here you do have 110 outlets, so you have some little light switches there for the accent lights and under lights.
Oh, that's
Gives you a decent bit of light in here.
yeah.
So the stereo is up here. It is right cross gate, so it does have a subwoofer hidden around in here too. So it'll
Oh,
do
good.
AM, FM, it'll do the inside outside speakers. You just pick your
So when we start to party, it'll be rocking.
Yep. So they press knob and it'll let you select the zones, and then you have your subwoofer up and down so you can make sure that isn't being obnoxious to you. Nice little stereo, nice sounding stereo. Nice big TV. The fireplace does mood lighting and heat.
Nice.
The TV, does it sit good there all on its own, or does it got to be strapped when it's moved?
This one
or?
is full motion. If you look in the back of it, it has this little socket here that pushes into there, so it
Oh,
holds
perfect.
itself.
Okay.
Oh, it locks, okay.
Yeah, you just have to push it until you hear it click. That's it.
Perfect. Okay.
Power 11 seat. Sofa bed.
All
Nice
right.
size dinette.
Yes. Are there straps for that at all? I'm just
I
curious.
didn't see any straps in here with it. If you want some, I can get you some. I've got some in my bag. This one just shipped without them. It looks like they got the rings for them, but there's no straps.
Yeah, I thought I saw some of them.
If you have some, Ken.
Yeah, I'll
that'd be-
definitely get you set up.
That'd be
I
awesome.
noticed that when I came and set it up. I don't know where the detail hit them somewhere, but I didn't see
Because
it.
they were in here the other day when we were
Oh,
looking
here they
at
are.
it.
Hey.
Hey, look at that.
Okay.
So that power drawer, so it does have plugs and USBs in here for power your
Oh, that's good.
Oh,
Yeah.
Your pantry shelves are adjustable, and it does have a power inlet there in case you have an appliance you want to run in spot. The fridge is 12 volt.
How
So
do
can
like
you
it?
describe the 12-volt fridge, like,
Oh, yeah.
because I haven't had one in actually years because we've had residential. So even for our channel, kind of give us the going down the road setting. Does it change?
Well, being this is a Norcold, this is a camper brand, so you don't need a locks because these lock.
Oh, okay.
The freezer, nice and deep, has a multiple drawers. It has an ice tray in there, but not an ice maker. But it does have where you can put an ice bag in there and at least keep it kind of contained. As far as being 12 volt, I really like them. They cool down very quickly and they're very efficient. Usually when you turn these on, within about 15 minutes you have frost in the freezer portion.
Really?
And I would unequivocally say within an hour you can put anything you want in it. So you don't have to cool it off like some of the old gas electrics or even the house.
That's what I was wondering. Yeah.
110, they just cool amazingly well because they're made to. This is designed to be in this kind of setting. So you do have a simple power button there that you can select your cool zones on both sides of it, and then you just press and hold to turn it off so it doesn't kill your battery if you're not using it.
So do you recommend for like our drive home, should we start it cooling right away or wait till we get on the site and then fire it up?
If you're driving, then it's going to be also charging off of your 7-way plug. It's going to be recharging the battery off of your truck. So you can leave this running while you're driving. They usually say with the size battery you have in here, you have almost a full day of cooling just on one battery if everything else isn't killing down to it. You haven't left all the lights on. So
Yeah.
it's good in an emergency. As long as you have battery power, you've got a good buffer of energy to run this thing. So you're not going to get, oh yes, we lost power, so we got an hour to get our stuff out of the fridge.
Yeah.
You got a pretty good safety net
So the
there.
cooling, is it like I saw like a number system, is it the higher the cool, or how does?
Yeah, the higher the number, I think it goes up to 5. The higher the number, the colder it is.
Colder,
It's like standard refrigerator dials, so it's just a digital readout. But yeah, I really like them, especially the ones that are branded and are made for this kind of thing. You have a residential style fridge without the hassle of having a residential fridge in a camper. So the 12 volt is, in my estimation, the best way to go right now.
Now we wanted to have you show us because we didn't want to break anything with that pull down tray.
Figure out.
What's
We'll try it now. Just tap it.
Have it?
Yeah.
Oh.
so that's what it is. See, that's what. Okay.
It was legitimately stuck. You didn't do anything wrong. They had the little rubber bumpers on there, and they just kind of heat welded. So
Is that what it was? Because we're like, man, we're gonna break this thing.
I know.
when I saw it, I was like, man, that's pretty tight right there, magnet. I thought it was a magnet at first, but yeah, it's just got you push up first to let it go.
Awesome. We thought there was a trick, and we're like, we're gonna break this thing. So
No,
we're gonna.
that's why we do what we do here. We go through and use all the things before you find out they don't work.
That's right.
But other than that, you just have a good ton of storage in here. So,
Yeah, which we're gonna, yeah, we'll use it up.
Well, so the kitchen.
Do you have a question?
The whole
Do you know dry weight versus?
Did you know the numbers on this? What it is, like the gross?
The only thing they list on the tag, which is all I have access to, is the gross weight. So if you go inside, they can pull up the dry weight for you online.
Okay.
I don't really have a reason to, so that's why I keep it in my head.
All right.
A lot of campers to worry about.
Yeah, they all blend together really quickly when I'm doing 2 or 3 a day.
I bet.
So,
Are they moving into that one?
Yeah, I think they just transferring their stuff out.
Are the fuses down there, or
Fuses on top and your breakers on the bottom portion.
perfect? Okay. And now, up in the bedroom, you're gonna show us the fancy washer dryer.
So we did TV stuff and your washer and dryer manual are in here for this TV. We did use the Pinnacle brand because they are a little bit shorter on the dryer. Capacity is relatively the same. They're just a smaller bodied dryer, so we use these on areas that are a little tighter than others.
Awesome. That fit good in there. My gosh, I don't.
Is that a light?
Yeah, my fingers are dry. So they don't always touch sensitive. So yeah, this one does have the little access door for your filter and stuff on the bottom. Pretty simple, straightforward controls to it. Got the laundry additive drawer there. But yeah, 110 dryers, if you're familiar with them, they aren't very powerful because they're just 110 and not 220. But it is, as you can see, very similar capacity to the washer, so you're not giving up anything with the smaller size. And it was able to keep your bar in there, so I think you said you're trading within some point soon.
Yes.
I left your shelves in here,
Okay.
so everything is here to put back
Okay.
when we take these out, so you're not losing any value on that.
Oh, perfect.
Great. That works. Wow.
Yeah.
And then now not that we're gonna have any need to, but obviously you can't reach back in there to get the valves or.
They are on the side here, so if you squeeze your hand in there, you actually can change them.
Oh, there they are right there. Okay, so you could squeeze your hand in there.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can definitely get in there with them.
Oh, there they are. Okay.
So there is a pan under it, but the lip doesn't come up.
Yeah,
in
the way
front.
this one bumps out here, I can't shove it back far enough to put the front on the washer pan. So it'll at least, if you have a leak, it'll be on this side where you can see it.
It'll push
This is
it.
true.
That's about the best that this closet would let me do, because up at the top, right about the same edge, or just below the edge of the top of the washer, it bumps out about 4 inches. So it really restricted how far we could get back in there.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the main thing we worry about, is not being able to see it, because the pan will only hold but so much anyway. So at least if it leaks, it's visible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with access to the valves, you can shut it off.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about as tight as you want to have them in there.
Yeah. Well, I'm just glad they got something to go in there.
Yeah. Yeah, the Splendid that whatever's the industry standard washer and dryer, they're just too tall. They won't fit in. Compass Connect, it does have an app that you can get in and connect with Bluetooth if you choose to do that, but this is such a simple system. There's not a lot that you really have to do with it. You got your 2 awning extend and retracts here. Your 3 slides. Slide 1 is that one, 2 is this one, and 3 is the bedroom. Bedroom being a Schwintek, the main thing you want to do is whenever you extend or retract, let it get to where it stops itself, and then just hold it for 5 more seconds. And what that does is it resyncs both of the motors every time. So if you've ever heard the horror stories of, oh, don't stop your Schwintek in the middle of the stroke and stuff, if you hold it 3 to 5 seconds at the end and on whichever way you're going, then it resyncs both of those motors every time.
Really?
So it
Okay.
saves a lot
3 to 5
of the
seconds.
headaches.
Yeah.
Water pump, which I got on, so you can test your sinks if you wanted to see the hot water does work. You do have tank heaters on this one. Those are just the little heating pads on the storage tanks, just to keep them. If you're in that gray area freezing, it'll give you a little added protection. Porch lights, awning lights, and then all your interior lights here. And these cut on just for motion sensors. You can see you got 1/3 of fresh water in there. Your battery's fully charged, and then you got your 3 tank levels here. Any questions on that?
Nope. Oh, well, I should ask this. So if you guys, so you got the master on out there for the tankless. Nothing with this operates that, just
No,
inside of that.
it's one module in the bathroom.
Okay.
You can take a look at that if you want. They all have a different look, but they're pretty much all going to the same kind of configuration. You got your on-off button here, so if you want it off, just hold it until it powers down. Your up and down for your temperature selection, Fahrenheit and Celsius, and then it'll show you what it's set on, and then when you start running water, look like I got it set on the right thing. I got it set for city water. But what it'll do is it'll switch over to reading the what the temperature outlet is at the actual water heater, and then you'll see that climb, and then it takes maybe 30 seconds to get to whichever fixture you're actually using off of.
Well, we didn't quite make it. As you could tell, we are not in the Grand Design. We are at La Quinta. You know what's funny? Chris and I were talking about this, and it almost seems kind of like we say a cliche thing, you know, like you go to pick up an RV and brand new, and then you get there and you do the walkthrough and something doesn't work. I can't tell you how many times, you know, we hear that in videos all the time, you know. Well, it happened to us.
And I'm going to say right now, this is not, the way that we are starting is not the way that we are going to finish.
Yeah. You know, so this is our first time with a Grand Design product. And I guess I have this question, you know, for everybody who is a Grand Design owner. Maybe it's this: is it a Grand Design or a Grand Disaster? That's what we need to know. So if you own a Grand Design, is it a Grand Design or a Grand Disaster? Because, you know, we've heard goods and bad things about, you know, Grand Design, and this is our first time. And obviously, you know, this is not the influence is not their top of the line, you know, product. However, you know, when you go there and you're expected to, you know, drive off the lot with it, and it's like, wah, wah, wah. So you're like, okay, what happened? Tell us what happened. All right, so this is what happened. And this is like one of our Achilles, you know, we've had this problem before. And we were talking about it, and it's the Schwintek slide system. And it was funny because it's
the first problem we had with our Riverstone.
And it's been how many years now since we've had that? And then here we are. It's been what, 4 years? I don't know, something like that. So we're talking with Ken, who works for Blue Compass, and we obviously know it's not Blue Compass's fault. They don't manufacture these RVs. I mean, they sit on the lot, and then somebody purchases them, and then they go through them, and if there's any bugs and, you know, that kind of stuff. And I guess they did have an issue with this slide out to begin with today when they were prepping it for us, you know.
But they thought they had it. They thought they had it fixed.
Yeah, and as he said, well, you got a Schwintek slide, you know, which we knew, and he goes, but you know what? He goes, since you guys have had one, they've changed. It's way better now. They've made some improvements, and then wouldn't you know it? The one problem.
I know. He was bringing in the slides, and it was the front bedroom slide, and you could just tell, like, the one side was all the way flush against the camper, and the other side was out about 3 inches.
Yeah,
or a couple inches anyway.
So, and he kept bringing it out, trying to make adjustments. What?
So much so that the motor started to smell.
Yep. So you smelled this hot motor, And of course, then, you know, they had another guy come out, you know, from the dealership to also assess this issue. And he just came out to me and he goes, well, I hate to say this, he goes, but we need to install. First he thought it was one new motor, but he said, but you know what we're going to go ahead and do? We're going to replace both of them. If we're going to put brand new motors in this thing, you know, the bad news is you can't take it today, you know?
Or you can.
Or you
have
can.
to bring it back.
And then we're like, well, what happens if we get home? Anyway, it's just kind of like, all you can do is roll with it. You know what I mean? It kind of is what it is. And I know they felt bad, you know, for that, you know, and like, again, you know, like Chris and I were saying, you know, you don't blame Blue Compass or any of the guys, you know, because they didn't build it and stuff, but still, you're like, here you go, you know, this is our first, you know, adventure with a Grand Design product, and we don't even get to bring it off the lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and here's the thing. I mean, grateful actually that it happened while we were there, because the fact that he had got it fixed earlier in the day, or so he thought, you know, had we brought it home, we would have brought it back. We would have opened the slides. We would have lived in it full time for the next month before we pack up and head up north for a month to see the kids in Minnesota. And I just can only imagine if we would have brought those slides in to pack up and go, all our reservations and the slide isn't coming in.
Yeah, so we're like, you know, it was an easy call to make. It's like, nah, that's okay. You know, you guys keep it here. You know, it's going to take, because we're coming into the weekend, they can't get the part till Monday. So we just said, you know what, we're just going to leave it here in the lot and let you guys replace the motors, and they're going to get them in Monday. And so we're back at the hotel. And
so pray that both motors come in and they are perfect and there's no defects and everything goes as planned.
Yeah, and it's funny because, you know, we full-time, as a lot of you know, and if you don't know, we are full-timers. It's different because we don't travel full-time, but we've made the choice not to have a sticks and bricks and live in an RV full-time. So when that happens and you're changing over, and then you're at a hotel, you know, or you're living in the truck, you know, whichever you want to do. But anyway, so it affects, you know, it kind of affects your world. But you know what? You make the best of it. Hey, things could be worse.
It
right?
could be a lot worse. So God bless.
And safe travels. And hopefully you get to travel.
Yeah.